This movie was a dream that came into the minds of three individuals in the year 1996. But the movie actually came out in the big screens in 2021. Wow, that's like 25 long years of holding this dream close to heart. And maybe it was for the best that it took this long for this movie to get made. Because today, it's not just the winner of a national award, but it's also won all of our hearts. Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you guys are new here, then hi, this is The Storyteller. Here we review stories in the form of doodling, and if that's something that excites you, then do not forget to hit the subscribe button down below. The movie that we're talking about today is Marikyar, Lion of the Arabian Sea, which is directed by the one and only Priyadarshan and has Mohanlal in the lead role, along with many other known faces to us in the non-lead and supporting roles. Now, coming to story and writing, this is the story of Kunyali Marikyar the fourth to be in fact. The story starts with a young Kunyali, the situations he faces, and slowly how he becomes a Robin Hood figure to the poor people, especially when the riches are doing something that's not right. But the major story, of course, starts when he becomes the first commanding naval officer and how he helps the Malabar region with his tactics. Of course, this is a periodic film, and if you ask me whether it was boring and if I fell asleep during all of this, the answer would be no. Yes, I'm gonna acknowledge it. It is a 3-hour long movie with the genre being history. But honestly speaking, I didn't feel any drag. I didn't really feel anything was unnecessary in this 3-hour long movie, you know. But that being said, if you ask me if it's entirely based on historical facts, then I don't think so, not at least 100%. Because this movie does have its fair share of small romances, the melodrama, and of course the punch dialogues. Not to a large extent, but it's still there. But overall, when you see it, you really feel like that adds on to the movie, you know, so it doesn't look abrupt at all. And for me personally, I felt instead of it being more on Kunyali Marikyar, it was actually about the struggles Malabar faced during the 16th century, you know. So honestly, I really didn't feel anything was abrupt or wrong with the storytelling. I genuinely liked it and I think it was really, really nice. Now, coming to performances, we all know Mohanlal was in the lead role and of course he's done a fabulous job. I was actually quite impressed with Pranav Mohanlal's acting. I think it was really good. Mohanlal is a tremendously talented actor and we all know that. I mean, to a point where I even thought like, who else could do this role better than him? But what actually wowed me was Pranav. I think his parts were really, really, really believable. Along with him, two other characters that really impressed me was one, Jay, who played Chennali, and second is, of course, Kirti, who played Archa. Both were very naturally smooth in their characters. It was so smooth to watch them, especially Kirti. I mean, even the tiny details like her playing the veena was up to perfection, which I read somewhere that she actually took classes for. So kudos for actually looking into the perfections. And somebody who totally stole the show as a supporting cast was Siddiq. I think he was absolutely amazing in his role, did true justice to his role. Honestly, it was really refreshing to see the veteran actors of the industry keep popping up on the screen, surprising us as the scenes went by. I think it was very nice and refreshing to see them. Of course, they're tremendous actors and I think they did a great, great job by, you know, gracing the entire movie with their presence. So I really think the casting and the performance was an amazing and awesome job done in this movie. Now, there was indeed a lot of discussion and talks about this movie coming out or releasing on the OTT platforms. And to be very, very honest, after watching this movie is not made for the OTT, and thank God it released in the theaters first. This is one of those type of movies that deserves to be experienced in a theater with the big, loud music and the people around you watching it. To be honest, it's actually an audio-visual treat. Cinematography is beyond words in this movie. It's like it's the true winner, along with, of course, a special effects team which has done an amazing job. I mean, no wonder they won the national award. It's so beautifully done. This one scene really stood out for me, like it's the boat stuck in the middle of the waves and it's like a thunderous and a rainy night, and oh my god, I think the effects on that particular scene was just so good. Of course, these brilliant visuals backed up with amazing music is what makes this a complete package. The background score and even the sound design is absolutely great. I'm not a huge fan of the songs in this movie, but the BGM really won my heart. Talking about editing, the cutting of scenes actually didn't seem that bad to me. It was okay, it was fine. It is a 3 hour long movie. So, is the movie long? Yes. But is it boring? No. And I feel the technical bits of this movie being so strong is why it's truly an audiovisual treat, guys. Like, this is a very, very strong point for the movie. It's honestly so beautiful to see that what was once a dream is now a reality for the team. All these efforts, and we finally get to see it. Honestly, I was really skeptical about this movie before watching it. It's first of all a long historic period drama. Second of all, the person on whom this movie is made about, I have no idea about him. And the third is that sometimes I don't understand these periodic history movies to the fullest when I watch it in the theaters. But to my surprise, all these thoughts I had about the movie were literally popped into thin air because it was the complete opposite. This movie was beautifully shown and was very much understandable and not boring at all for me. I would again say this, guys, if you're waiting for it to come out on OTT, please don't. Just go to the theaters and watch it if you feel safe to do it, of course. It's a complete different experience altogether. It's genuinely a treat for your eyes. And for this movie, I would be giving it 4.5 stars out of 5. I went in to see this movie without any expectations and I honestly walked out pretty happy about it. So I would recommend it to you. Don't have expectations, just go watch it as a normal periodical history movie and you might like it. So thank you so much for your time for watching this movie. I'll see you guys next week with a new one. Till then, with lots of love, it's your storyteller. Bye.